Hi YouTube, welcome to another GPU rendering test video. In this video I'm going to be testing the Gigabyte WindForce RTX 5060 Ti 16 gig model. This card's great because it's actually 2 slots and it's small like old GPUs used to be, which I have not seen very much in the recent tests, so that's a little refreshing. But we're going to test some rendering in Blender, a little bit of viewport animation testing, and then we'll run the Opendata benchmark, and at the end of it you can see all of the results compared to the rest of my tests. So let's just go ahead and get into the testing now. Okay, here are the system specs for the test computer. This is a Gigabyte X570 Aorus Ultra motherboard with the AMD Ryzen 9 5950X 16-core CPU and 64 gigs of RAM. So for the rendering tests, we'll start off with the Blender classroom scene. This one is super fast, and it only took the 5060 Ti 16.4 seconds. The next scene is the barbershop. Here you can see the GPU selected. And this one's a little bit slower, taking this GPU 86.3 seconds. The third test is the longest one by far. This is the Lone Monk scene. And as you can see by the timer, it's definitely much harder to run. And this one took the 5060 Ti 207.3 seconds. And finally, for the rendering, the Scanlan scene. And that one took this GPU 54.8 seconds. Okay, so for this next part, we'll test the viewport performance. So here I'm just playing back this animation, and you can see that the 5060 Ti is running at just under 7 frames per second. And viewport performance involves a lot of different things, including the CPU speed. But I try to run this test the same for all the GPUs, and we'll see the rest of the results here soon. So we average about 7 frames per second. I'll switch it here to render preview, just so you can see what the scene looks like. It's very, very heavy, and you definitely would not want to animate with the render preview turned on, especially the trees. So if I were going to animate, I would turn all of the background stuff off and animate in solid view anyway. But this just lets you see how long it takes to generate a nice clean image on this GPU with all of your materials and objects turned on in a really heavy scene. And this one is about 3.15 million vertices, just for your information. And you can kind of see how long it takes to update the frames while playing the animation, which again, you're not going to do that with everything turned on, but it just gives you a good idea of what you can expect with this GPU. And finally here, I'll just kind of rotate around the viewport so you can see how long the updates do take. Okay, and the final test here for this video, the Blender Opendata benchmark. And this one you can see I'm running Blender 4.4 with all 3 scenes on the 5060 Ti. And we'll just speed through the results here. Okay, so now let's go through the results on the table here. The 5060 Ti falls just short of the 5070, and it looks like it's a little bit faster than the 7900 XTX. Those are pretty old numbers for the AMD GPU, so hopefully I'll be able to get more updated ones there. The other most recent test here in this gray highlight is the M4 Max 32-core GPU from the Mac Studio I just tested. So throughout these tables, look at those if you want to compare it to that. That was the last video. But this is for the classroom scene. You can see the results here, and I will post screenshots of these on my community page so you can refer to them later. Next one is the barbershop scene. The 5060 Ti is just a little faster than the 4060 Ti and just a little slower than the 7900 XTX. And again, you can see all these other GPUs on the list here. I guess these results aren't super surprising, although I'm seeing that there's not a very large, if any, generational gains from the 4000 series to the 5000 series, and we'll see that through the rest of these tests as well. Next one is Lone Monk, and this is the one that everything but Nvidia outperforms on this test for some reason. So in this test, according to my numbers, the 9070 XT is significantly faster than the 5060 Ti, and so is the M4 Max from Apple. And these are just kind of weird results because like even the A770 from Intel is just a little bit slower than the 5060 Ti. So for some reason, Nvidia is always slower than everyone else on that one scene, and I still have not figured out why. Finally, for renders, we have the Scanlan scene, and this one kind of follows the other ones. 5060 Ti is slightly faster than the 4060 Ti and the 7900 XTX, while being fairly slower than the 4070, the 5070, and just about half as fast or twice as slow as the 5070 Ti. So that's it for the renders. Refer to these later on the community page. They'll be up there shortly after I post the video. Next one is the viewport results. So for the viewport FPS, the 5060 Ti got about 7 frames per second while playing the animation. And again, you can see the other GPUs here. It's a little bit faster than the M4 Max, and again, a fair bit slower than the 5070. I think the biggest standout here so far is the 9070 XT from AMD, so it does seem to perform better in viewport rendering than in final rendering. And then finally, the Blender Opendata benchmark. Again, the 5060 Ti is in green here. You can see the totals. It is actually a little bit slower, just barely slower than the M4 Max and the Opendata benchmark. And I would guess that's kind of a memory bandwidth / loading time thing because the M4 Max is an APU, so everything is stored on really fast RAM versus the discrete GPUs like the 5060 Ti having to refer to system memory and kind of taking a little bit of extra time for that. And then here you can see the 9070 XT is about a quarter slower, about 25% slower or so than the 5060 Ti in the Opendata benchmark. So just like all the other renders, these individual GPUs kind of bounce around in the list, but that's why it's good to test different softwares and different versions. And then finally, again, I tried to run Cinebench 24, and as you can see here, the 50 series is not supported for some reason, and the last I checked, the 9000 series from AMD is also not supported, but I was able to get an M4 Max score on the last video, so I'll add more to these eventually. But that's it for the raw data. Again, check for the screenshots on the community page so that you can refer to these without having to rewatch the video. The next videos are going to be some AMD ones. So the first test will probably be the 9060 XT. That'll be hopefully in the next day or two. I'll post that one. So that'll be super interesting. And I'm going to go back and retest most of these GPUs on the Blender 4.5 beta, which is now available. We should have a little bit better support for AMD between AMD's newest drivers and Blender 4.5. So we'll see if there are any differences with the 9070 XT as well. And I'll run the 9060 XT on both Blender 4.4 and 4.5 just to see if Blender itself has any changes. And if not, at least the new driver should help with rendering, because we've seen it help a lot with gaming already. And hopefully those two tasks are close enough that just the driver itself made a big difference. But we should see that this week, so watch for that. Otherwise, that's it for this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.